what are their top three problems and challenges from a financial management standpoint?
One is a lot of them ask me, am I making money? So they're not doing their QuickBooks. They're just throwing something together for taxes, and they don't really know if they're making money because they don't have a P&L. Many young people, I've realized they've told me when I've gone over line by line or shown them a 1040, this section is your income, this is this, and they go, no one's ever explained that to me. Second, I would say taxes and asset management. They don't sometimes stay on top of their taxes. By not having that accounting, they go on extension, your failure to file penalties, interest on the money that you owed, and usually it starts to become like a revolving door because you don't have that ready, so you just go on extension, and you go on extension, it becomes a pattern for the business owner. So with the budgeting and that part of it, it's kind of people in their 20s, 30s to kind of get them on the right foot, or even in their 40s if they have kids, maybe help them get out of it too.
If I knew what I know now when I was 25, it would be different.
That's always it, right? If I knew what I knew now, but I've learned I probably wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have those experiences.
Okay. And what's the third thing?
I would say understanding the second two financial statements that I don't think a lot of them pay attention to. Everyone always talks about the P&L.
Right.
But that's only, hey, what I did in June of 2019. Then you have a balance sheet of kind of like where you're headed, where you're going, to your assets to your debt. And then one that I love that is missed is the statement of cash flows. Because small business owners sometimes, especially if you're a single member, as you know, single service member, it's kind of, you're making money for yourself, but are you leaving money in the business or are you taking it all out? On the business side, we keep up with monthly bookkeeping, monthly transactions. For example, if you don't do monthly and there's a fraudulent fee on your Chase account, you swiped it somewhere, you wouldn't know that, or you might be past the point of challenging that. You'll have a P&L, you'll have some ratio analysis plugged in to look at your debts, your assets, your debts, your statement of cash flow. I think it really helps the business owner improve their financial decisions. It's because you get a lot of those people that get into a business from, they're good at the service point of it. I'm good at photography.
I'm good at this or that. Yeah.
And then it's, how much money do you really need to make to break even in life? Because if you can't live in life, business isn't helpful. A lot of what we do and what you do is open their eyes to using those financial statements to create calculations. How many more clients would I need to take on an employee? If my average sale is this, sometimes it opens their eyes of freeing up time to grow because they don't realize, hey, I only need 6 more clients a month would pay for an employee. And then they kind of look at it and go, wow, I
didn't know that.
Time
different way to look at it.
Not work 70 hours a week. Or I was networking with a tax attorney who I met one time, and we just went to lunch, and all of a sudden a referral came from him, and it's a hairstylist. This girl's doing $150K with one chair and no assistant in the styling world. And I was baffled, so we talked about a few things. I kind of showed her what it would look like to have an employee, and she says, at New Salon, she's like, you're a big reason why I'm here. And that's why we do what we do, to realize like I didn't feel like I did, but I did, just sitting there talking.
Helped her made decision to go to a new place. And
she has her own place now. She's going to be happy with how much she's going to save in taxes this year too with her entity and what we decided to do. She said, nobody's ever told me this.
Nobody's ever told you.
So
not only did she get her books and all that other stuff done, but she's got that.
A lot of times people go to someone that was referred to them from church or this, and the tough thing about that client was she didn't know them. She was just sending this data off to Texas, never really met with them. And in our fields, you can see things. I could see from looking at the tax return that things weren't correct, and it kind of worried me. So I talked to her, I said, hey, there's things on here, what we call double dipping. There's things that are on here twice. For me, it's easy to catch. But we went over some things, and I said, it's good to work with someone you can go in, you can meet, and they can actually talk and go over these things with you. Yeah. I rewind back to 2005. I decided to move up to Washington from Southern California. I thought a change of scenery would make my life better. It really didn't help anything.
Didn't work.
I realized you need to kind of work from within. And I was working at a Windermere Real Estate, and I wanted to make a change to a Keller Williams. And they had kind of like a coach on staff when you're coming in and interviewing you. And she gave me a Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. I started reading it over the weekend, and I realized in that book who I was. I was poor dad. Didn't have any assets really. Didn't really have a business. I found out that in one of his books, he says if you can read financial statements, you can become a better investor. So after I lost everything and came back to California, I went back to school, and I got a degree in business with an emphasis on accounting. Yeah, it's become a passion of mine so people don't end up bankrupt or in a lot of credit card debt. And kind of where I was.
Yeah,
I use that as
it's
my
a hard
motivating
spot.
factor. It's a very tough spot. Yeah, we kind of have two segments to it. The first part and main part we like to focus on is small businesses, 0 to 10 employees. We help them because they wear a lot of hats, as you always teach me coaching, and they get busy. So a lot of times their QuickBooks and stuff go out the window. So we help them keep up on that, have accurate financials, free up time, give them an understanding of their financials, help them stay compliant with taxes and the franchise tax fees and payroll taxes and those
Okay,
small
so
annoying
small
things.
business owners, and then individuals also?
Yes, the individual side, do a lot of tax prep. But with those clients, we like to help them with budgeting and debt snowballing to pairs in with our purpose and our why.
Much more trusted advisor work.